Today, we step into the world of Nene Mahlangu, a visionary artist whose works transcend the canvas to tell powerful stories of identity, femininity, and spirituality. From making history as the youngest woman to design the South African coin to showcasing her work on global stages, Nene's journey is one of bold expressions and deep meaning. Her creations invite us to explore vulnerability, strength, and the beauty of the Black experience. So join us today on the canvas as we uncover the inspiration behind her work and the impact she continues to make in the art world. Sissy, welcome to On the Canvas.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited for this. Thank you.
Well, we are happy to have you as the first part of our season 2.
Yes, I know that's right. Let's start it off right. Yes.
That's right. So my first question to you would be, how has art not just only transformed you, but also shaped your perspective when it comes to identity, to femininity, and spirituality?
I think I think art has made me love being a woman. I think maybe it's because I only paint women, but I think art has made me really be safe with the fact that I'm a woman. I think being a woman is one of the most beautiful, one of the most powerful things. And the more I paint women, I think I'm forced to look and reflect at myself and be like, why am I doing this? Why do I keep doing this? And I think the reason why I paint women is almost like a celebration because there's so many things in the world that can make you believe that being a woman is scary or is uncomfortable or is painful or but I think the more we lean into our beauty, our grace, our intuition, our spirituality, our essence, our energy, I think there's just so much goodness in that. And I think art has made me love that. It has made me love being a woman. And also, I don't know for other people, but for me, being a woman and growing into this identity is linked with spirituality as well.
Without a doubt.
And also being creative. You know,
The creator.
sometimes the ideas are not there and you're just like, what am I gonna make? So I think spirituality helps me to be a better creative because sometimes as creatives we can be very hard on ourselves, because our work is public facing. We can be so concerned about what other people think about our work. And it's so important for me to have a spiritual base so that I don't care what other people have to say about my work. I know that this is the image or the picture or the story that I want to tell. And maybe I'll understand in 2 years, 3 years why I was given that image. But for now, I'm the messenger. So that has made me very, very confident in my spirituality and also in being a woman. I love it. I think it's a blessing. Yeah, that's
I
what I
love
can say.
that. I love that so much because it resonates so much with me.
Yeah,
I do think that spirituality, especially as we grow older as women, the more we're grounded into spirituality in whatever
yeah,
format, I
yeah.
feel that the more we're more confident in hearing our inner voices, and in so doing, we express ourselves way better in the public because we are so confident. It comes from within.
Yes, and it's not faked.
Mm,
It comes from a real place. It's
mm.
not performative. You're not trying to look a certain way for other people. It's all from you. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about maturing into this identity.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Tell me
Yeah.
though, being an artist is not easy. What drives you and pulls you back into the studio on each day, even on days where you feel that, oh my God, my creativity, it's not at its best, or you're even doubting it?
Yeah. Ish. Yeah. Being an artist is not easy because of things, but for me, I feel like I have so many ideas. And also, I have this image in my mind that I'm not going to be here forever. So that tension of that urgency of I'm not going to be here forever and the ideas that I have in my mind, when am I going to have the time to execute all of them? So I have to make time to be in the studio and like get all the bad ideas out because I feel like ideas are like a tap. Like you open them up and not all the ideas that you get are going to be great. So you need to sift through all the bad ones so that you can get the good ones. But you can't get the good ones until you you sift through the bad ones. So you have to always keep creating so that you can find the gold in that river of ideas. So that's just why I keep creating. And I just feel like if I don't execute an idea, somebody else is going to get it. And I don't want that. you
They
know?
always say that once it's within the frequency, everybody has got the capacity to catch it.
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like
Yeah. It's real.
I like that a lot. So you believe that, if you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it.
It. I've seen it. I've seen it. I remember I had an idea for, I think it was a video or something, and then I didn't do it for 2 weeks. And I saw and the person who made the video was in South Africa. So I was like, wow, this idea was roaming nationally. Wow. Okay. Lesson learned. Yeah, it's real. It's real.
I love that. I love that. Well, it's also it's a good lesson for our viewers to hear it because effectively, a lot of us sit on our ideas waiting for them to be perfect before we can share them with the world. But it's through doing and through putting them out there that we get to perfection already. What we're doing is just saying, sift through so that you can be able to get to that right one, to that right product that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, ideas are the real divas, honestly. They know their worth. If you don't understand its worth, it's going to leave. It's the real diva.
Your work has been showcased globally. You've exhibited at the Venice International Art Fair. You even went to Ibiza to a residency with Black Coffee.
Yeah.
How has traveling and really experiencing different cultures influenced your creative expression?
I think traveling has made me realize that we're all connected somehow. Because for me, it still doesn't make sense that I'm somebody grew up in Pretoria, live in Joburg, I have my own life experience, and I make this thing because I thought about it. And then somebody in Spain can look at it and be like, wow, this is great. I connect with it. Somebody who has their own life experiences, they're not even Black. Like, I think that confirms to me that we're connected somehow because there is nothing that me and that person have in common, but the art can serve as a commonality. Why? Why? How do you explain that? Yeah. So I think art reminds me that we are connected by something. I still don't know how to explain it, but it confirms that every single time, especially when I travel. I think for me, culturally, I'm really influenced by fashion,
Mm.
um, but more like avant-garde, more surrealist fashion, avant-garde couture fashion. I can't say that I'm really influenced by painters. I'm really influenced by fashion designers who, hand bead their dresses for 3 years and then it's on fashion run. What do you call this? New York Fashion Week. I love fashion. And I think the cultures that are in those fashion spaces, like your Italians, your Frenches, even your Americans, the American designers that I really like, even the
Yes.
South African designers really
Are we
influence.
India, Mexico?
Yeah, yeah, because I think everything influences everything. Yeah, well,
Mhm.
so maybe the fashion designer was influenced by a painter, and I don't even know. So if I'm influenced by the fashion designer, I'm actually like low key being influenced by a painter. You never know, but I'm definitely influenced because also social media. I'm definitely influenced by clothes, by fashion. I think fashion is like a like a skin, like a uniform that people choose to wear. And depending on what character you want to become, you choose your outfit of the day. I wish I had the patience to be a fashion designer, but no. But I love that. And I put a lot of fashion iconography and details in my work because I'm just drawn to it. I don't know, for some reason, I'm just drawn to it.
Nene, you've done amazing collaborations already with brands. Do tell us, what is your dream future collaboration?
I think my dream collaboration is with Skia Pirelli. I really want to work with a fashion brand because I'm so inspired by them. I love the craftsmanship and it would be such an honor. And I want to speak it into the universe. I really want to work with Skia Pirelli. Yo, that's my dream collaboration. And I've never worked with a fashion designer before. I don't think so. So that would be really great.
Then we're
Yeah.
definitely putting it into the universe.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of your pieces reflect emotions like vulnerability, healing, and also empowerment. What kind of a message are you looking at viewers to walk away with
Hmm.
from
Wow.
experiencing your pieces?
I think for me, transformation is very important to me. I think at the end of like my journey, my creative journey, I want people to really take away that transforming and growing and evolving is a great thing. I think the idea of being the same person that you were 3 years ago is not good. I think trying to stretch yourself, trying to become better, even sometimes when it's very uncomfortable, even if sometimes, you know, you might be scared of what other people might say, or even when other people are like, what are you doing? As long as you trust the journey of growth and transformation, I think it's very enriching. I'm talking from personal experience. Like whenever I stretch myself and I try to be better and I try to do new things, things that are very uncomfortable, things that make me question my skill. Because maybe I'm good at this thing, but now that I'm trying this new thing, I feel lesser, you know? And just leaning into that discomfort has always given me great positive results. And I think it reflects in my work as well. I think I'm an artist that embraces growth and evolution. And I'm an artist who really embraces transformation. And I'm not afraid of that. It's the story of my life. I think growth is very important in
I
every
think
aspect of my life.
I think if I may add, it does come from the aspect of you talking about how spirituality is important to you.
Mm,
Saying this in the sense that all beings transform to grow, you know. A crab has to unshed its shell to be able to exist. You know, a snake
mm,
has to shed its skin.
yeah,
Spring must give way to summer, and summer must give way
yeah,
to autumn. You know, and sometimes I feel like we are the only beings that resist this form of transformation in our lives. We are constantly
mm,
trying to uh, um, um, hold on, you know, to things. And I love it in your works, especially because
mm,
every time that we've done an exhibition together, you always say to me, Sissy, I want to be able to tell this story now, you know.
yeah,
And you move from series to series to series to series, and all your
yeah.
series are just so exquisite and so
Wow,
powerful, you know, it being
thank
expressing healing, or it being expressing, you know, femininity, you know,
yeah,
that so powerful. And we do feel that in your work that you move with ease from one point, from summer to autumn to spring,
yeah.
you know, that is something that it really is present in your
Oh
work.
man, that means so much to me. Thank you so much. Because I feel like when I look back at my work, 2 years ago, I didn't really understand it, but hindsight is 2020 because I'm seeing my work as, for example, the Red series was a series of trials and tribulations, right? And standing strong in in an environment where maybe things are not going your way, you know, and not letting your environment crush you and just being just standing in the midst of the fire, you know, that is what the Red series was anchored on. And maybe it was reflective of that time of my life. And I feel like I have moved above that layer where it's like a layer of ascension. And maybe this is what the series is about, where now you're in the stars, like you've broken through the hell, right? And now you're in your heaven where any dream can come true. You're in the stars. You know the saying of shoot for the stars. Maybe you may land on the moon. You know, anything is possible. If that didn't break you, then nothing ever will. Now you can really reach for the stars because you now know what your strength is. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like my art, when I look back at all the work, I feel like my art is a journal. I'm starting to see that. It's a journal of my life experience. Right now, I'm in a place where I believe that anything is possible. You know, I can reach for my dreams, reach for the stars because I've been through hell and I've survived, you know? So yeah, that's why I'm saying my art is, I think my art is a journal. My art is a journey of evolution and growth. And I don't know how to do it any other way. So many people have given me advice. I don't know, know how they do it their way, and good for
Excellent.
them. But yeah, yeah, I do it in this way. So
What you just said resonates so well with me because I think that you are basically describing what a lot of us are going through. But then
mm,
because we cannot express it in terms of, producing a piece of work, when we
mm,
see it, when we see your journey, we notice ourselves as well through that.
mm, yeah, I love that. I really appreciate that.
Um,
Yeah.
one last question.
Mm.
You said earlier on, creativity and ideas are like a diva, and you
Yeah.
open up that tab so that it comes through, and you have to filter. I imagine that you produce lots and lots of works in the
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
When do you decide that this piece is right to be shared with the world?
I think for me, I think making art is like wearing an outfit. I think, when you go out, it's Friday, you're like, I'm gonna wear this dress, but this dress goes with these earrings, and then you in the mirror, and then the earrings don't work, and you're like, no, I need maybe those earrings, and you wear the earrings, like, yeah, now this needs a belt. You wear the belt is not working. You try another belt, yeah. Now this needs this shoe. I feel like making work is like that. You do something, you have an idea, and then you put something and it's not working, and you remove it and you put something else and it's not working. You do that a few times until you're like, this is it. Do you get what I mean?
I take it what and
I feel like it's like that. Yeah.
saying that makes me think of something because I always think there are no bird works.
Mm.
I always
Wow.
have this thing that there are no bird works, and each work will find its collector because each
Wow.
creation for me is coming from a certain point in one's life, and each creation it has somebody that
Yeah.
identify with it. So
Yeah.
when you say that it's like putting an outfit, it's another way of saying if it doesn't fit now, if it's not supposed to be shown to the world today, maybe tomorrow it will be able to be shown into the world because
Yeah.
everything has its place.
Yeah. I remember having this insight 2, 3 weeks ago because I was very hard on myself regarding this other piece. And it was just not it was not giving me that feeling of, yeah, you know? And then I just got this insight that said every artwork has its own personality. So you need to allow it to live the way it wants to live. Sometimes it won't end up the way you initially thought it would end up, and that is okay. Like you said, maybe it's not a Friday outfit, but maybe it's going to be a Wednesday outfit. And I think from an artist, embracing every artwork as a different personality has freed me so much. And yeah, it's a very powerful and playful thing for me because now I want to see, oh, okay, so who's going to come
Definitely.
out this time? What am I going to make this time?
Mm,
How are
mm,
we going to express ourselves this time?
mm.
So yeah, you're right.
I love that you approach it with a sense of playfulness
Mm,
because sometimes I feel that when you create there's certain type of pressure that comes with it being perfect. And I've seen with artists, especially with the residency, when artists strive for perfection, it's like they're literally blocking themselves from
yeah,
creativity or literally blocking themselves from producing what needs to come within. And approaching it with this sense of playfulness and giving yourself the permission to go as far as your ideas take you, then you
yeah.
get to express, you get to produce things that are quite different and from Monday to Sunday we've got something different.
Yeah, it also makes the time you spend in front of a canvas, because sometimes it can be a few hours. It also makes the time less torturous. It makes it more pleasant, because sometimes, yes, we can be very hard on ourselves, and because we've made great work before. So once you've made a great work, you know how it feels, and you're always chasing that feeling, and rightfully so, because of your name or whatever career aspirations you have. But that amount of time that you spend on the canvas should also be enjoyable. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. And at least like most of it, let it be as wonderful as possible. And I've developed a relationship with my craft, a relationship I didn't have before. And I feel like my craft is my teacher. So I have to enjoy going to class. I have to enjoy my
More
practice.
than the result.
Yeah. I have to, it's so much time spent. You have to enjoy it.
I love that. I love that.
Mm.
Sissy, thank you so much for being on the canvas and
Thank you.
sharing your artistic progress with us and who you are. Um,
Uh-huh.
Nene is coming all the way from South Africa, by the way, in the studio in South Africa. And she's just produced amazing pieces that are available. So do contact Undiscovered Canvas or Nene herself because she's got an amazing studio in South Africa. Thank you so much, Sissy, for being on the canvas with us.
Thank you. This is great.